Hi, this is William Beaver, Editor-in-Chief and founder of DangerZoneJobs.com. In this video, we're going to talk about organizing your overseas job search. We want to start with the number one complaint that I hear constantly from recruiters and employers. Here we are in a specific market industry where all the jobs that we're talking about are overseas, yet when people apply to the companies, they don't have the most basic fundamental documentation, which is the passport. So the first thing that you want to do is make sure that you have your passport, and it's more than just making sure that it's up to date. You actually have to have it in hand when you apply to the companies. It's going to save you a lot of grief if you do. It's very simple. Just go to state.gov. At the top, you'll see the red navigation bar has travel. Just click on that, and the first option is passports. That'll take you to this information page where you can find everything you need to know about getting your passport, how long it takes, how much it costs, and so forth. When you do have your passport back, or if you already have your passport, the next thing you want to do is to look on the inside information page where you'll find the date of issue, and right underneath that, the date of expiration. And this is important because a lot of times when you go to a website to apply for a job, the company will say that you have to have at least 6 months or 9 months or a year left on your passport. So it's important that you have that when you start looking for your job in case they call you. You should also scan and make color copies of this information page. This is very important because most companies will ask you for it. The other thing is that you'll find on a lot of companies, they'll make sure to have at least 4 of these blank visa pages that are found inside the passport. So if your passport is already filled with entry and exit visa stamps, then you need to make sure you have enough space according to whatever the company's requirement might be. Another thing that you should have is a scanned copy of the front and back of your driver's license. If you're a military veteran, for sure you got to have the DD-214 long form, which you can tell the difference with the 4 box lines down at the bottom of the page. You should also have scanned copies of any military training, completion certificates, high school, college diplomas, any kind of professional training diplomas, anything that you think you might need for your particular job field. You should have a lot of copies of them ready to send to the employers if they ask you for them. Then, of course, you need to have your resume prepared. In another video, we're going to talk about this more in depth. But the important thing is to remember that you're going to have some companies will ask you for uploading your resume, and others you're going to have to actually type it in. So if you have it done before you even start looking, of course, it's going to make it much easier. You can use this as your sort of work and life biography form, because a lot of companies will ask you, fill in days and dates and so forth. So you need to have this all prepared before you even start looking. It'll save you a tremendous amount of time. Same goes with the cover letter. You should have this prepared in advance and be able to upload it if they ask you for it. Now I want to give you just a few more tips that will help make a big difference when you start looking around. One is, choose one consistent email address and make it sound professional. You don't want to have, asskicker109 at Hotmail or whatever. Something that sounds professional. You set this up, and the reason that you're going to have one consistent email address is because then you want to add that email list. You're going to create a safe list so that the companies you apply to, when they send messages to you, it doesn't end up in your spam box. And this is really important. The other thing is, don't use an email address, one of those email services where the person sending the message is going to have to fill out a form and then your message will be forwarded on, because they won't do it. This is primarily automated, so they may not even see that request anyway. You should get copies of your credit reports and check them for mistakes. You get those from the 3 different main credit reporting companies, and you can do this for free at annualcreditreport.com. Anybody else is kind of iffy, but this is the specific website set up exactly for that. If you need more information, you can get it from the Federal Trade Commission at the address that you see here. Next, Google yourself. Definitely, they will. Look for stuff that might make you look bad if you're applying for a job. Definitely you need to check social media. Check your Facebook page. If you have a LinkedIn profile, we're seeing more and more companies that when you go to sign into them to fill out an online application, a lot of them are saying use your LinkedIn profile as your access to their site. So you want to make sure that your resume and your LinkedIn profile match. You don't want to have discrepancies there because they will check this stuff. Look in discussion forums that you may participate in for your own industry. What you're looking for is something that if somebody was out on the internet and they were trying to find some information about you as they're doing their background check, you don't want anything out there that you can get rid of before they start. You don't want anything negative that's just going to make them say, "No, we're not interested in this guy." If you'd like more information about how you can organize your job search further and to see the kind of tools that we make available so that you can speed up your overseas job search, hope you'll visit us at DangerZoneJobs.com. Just keep an eye out. We're going to have much more of these kind of videos in the future, and I hope they prove helpful for you. Thank you.